What is going on, guys? It's Mr. Misclick. And if you haven't heard, there's a new Five Nights at Freddy's fan game called Lego Five Nights at Freddy's that just came out a couple days ago, and it's actually a lot of fun. However, it is slightly different from the original Five Nights at Freddy's game and is actually a little bit harder than the original FNAF. And after looking up some gameplay on YouTube, I actually found a super simple and kind of cheesy strat, but honestly not that bad, not that cheesy. They'll help pretty much anyone be able to beat Night 6 easily. All you have to do is give it a few tries and kind of optimize it a little bit. And you can see the footage on this video. The background footage is from me, the try where I beat it. And basically I use this exact strategy so you can kind of see how it works. You know, I close the door at a certain point. And real quick, let's talk about the mechanics of all the main characters, because like I said, it is pretty similar to Five Nights at Freddy's. Bonnie and Chica are exactly the same. You just check your door lights and watch to wait and see when you need to close the doors. And on the later nights, they usually move pretty fast. You can also watch their plushies. Once the plushie moves, that means they've moved. Foxy's also the same. The more you look at the camera, the better chance you have of stopping his movement. But Freddy is where things are kind of different. So you shouldn't have too many problems with this game, although nights 4 and 5 will be pretty hard. But night 6, it seemed like no matter what I do, there's no way to keep Freddy away. And he's always going to end up reaching your door and putting you in danger, and he's going to keep staying outside of it. So in order to make night 6 doable, we're actually going to ignore him for most of the night. And I'll explain how this works in a second. And like I said, this strategy is all about saving as much power at the start. So I usually don't start checking the door lights till a few percentages in. But in this, you're gonna want to start flipping the camera up right away. You're gonna want to wait 2 to 3 seconds between each camera flip. So I start the night out by just flip the camera up once or twice, just at the very start. That keeps Foxy there. Because a lot of times he'll move at one space if you're not flipping it right away. Yeah, so like I may have said earlier, if you're flipping the camera up constantly over and over again really fast, Freddy does seem like he actually moves a lot faster. So I think it's actually just about having a consistent pattern. So you want to flip the camera up every few seconds, and usually you're going to be able to check both doors before you flip it up. It really is all about doing it consistently, and just make sure you do it at just about every 3 seconds. Your real goal with the cameras is not to keep Freddy out, but to actually keep Foxy from ever hitting your door. So this little strategy we use does not seem like it's going to work if Foxy takes away 10% of your power. And a little tip for what I do with the camera patterns before I close the door: I'm just going to flip the camera, check Foxy, check right, check left, flip the camera. Check right, check left, flip the camera. And you can even sometimes have time to check your light a couple times on Bonnie. And one of the reasons this method does work so well is because it can be so hard to keep up with Bonnie and Chica even if you're really fast. And once the doors close, you're only worrying about Bonnie. So you may even have time to flash Bonnie a couple times before each time you check Foxy. But you'll really want to be checking Foxy pretty fast. I think the whole thing with not flipping the cameras up too fast kind of goes away once Freddy's not a problem. And I think you can check Foxy pretty often. It's easier just to do it like that. Also, make sure you buy the plushies, because by this point, hopefully you'll have enough money, because that will drastically make it easier, and that'll let you know when Bonnie or Chica is left. So you can just watch when that plushie moves, and a lot of times Bonnie will move right away once you open the door. Or sorry, once you close the door. And like I said, I'll keep the camera on Foxy, and I'll just flip it up real quick, wait a few seconds, check the lights, flip it up, wait a few seconds, check the lights, flip it up. And I actually like to close the right door whenever Freddy's in cam 4A, just to be safe. Even though you can wait till he's in 4B, he's really fast in this night. And basically, we're going to keep the door closed for most of the night. So you're going to try to keep him away until about 1:30 a.m. or hopefully even 2 a.m. if you're really lucky. And then you're going to close the right door and completely forget about it. You're going to also completely forget about Chica. So that's actually one of the reasons this is a cool method, because once you get the door closed, it's really low pressure. And by the way, I haven't really talked a lot about Bonnie and Chica in this night, but once again, they are super fast on this night. And so you do need to check them often and check them quick and have your reflexes ready for when they're there. And after the door is closed, all you're going to be checking is Bonnie and Foxy. So that right door, you're going to completely ignore it. And you're literally just going to be check the light, flip up, check Foxy, flip down, check the light. And once again, you still want to keep it at a set pattern. Yeah, like I said, just be ready to react real quickly with Bonnie because he will show up often and he leaves very fast, but he also can kill you very fast. This method will end up stretching your power a lot. So like I said, it's all about just getting as far as you can without having to close the door and just hopefully getting a lucky run and saving as much power. And I have not seen any other people beat it without this method. I'm sure people have beaten it other ways because there's a lot of really good players out there. But this really is kind of a clever little method. It's by far easier than having to check both doors and constantly manage everything. And I really don't see how to keep Freddy at bay. So the last thing at the very end, Foxy's going to be the main kicker at the and he's a little bit risky. So if you leave the door open and you try to chance it, a lot of times you might start flipping the screen up left at the end, trying to save power. That's kind of what I did. So just remember, if he does charge your door before the power goes out, that is going to end up losing it. As far as I was able to do it, the only real way to do this is to actually hit that power outage and wait for Freddy to do his song, and then you just kind of have to hope you end up making it. But a lot of it depends on how Foxy is. On the runs where I beat him, I was able to just keep him as low as possible. You know, a lot of times if you ignore him at the very start of the game, he'll get one or two spaces. So just start flipping that camera as soon as the game starts. Keep Foxy there. Just keep it always on him. As long as you're flipping the camera, Freddy's going to move some, but he's going to give you enough time to save enough power. So it's definitely doable. I was able to beat this within about an hour or two of trying it, but it is very difficult. So don't feel bad if you have trouble with this game. It is a little bit harder than the original Five Nights at Freddy's, but it's also a great game, and it has some really cool stuff. Once you beat Night 6, you'll get your $120 paycheck and unlock Custom Night. And from what I can see, I still haven't done a lot of Custom Night, but there's a bunch of different options. And also the plushies, saving up money to buy all the plushies is always going to help. Although I will say the Freddy plushie is a little useless because all it does is tell him when he's in your office, and at that point you're already dead. So, nah, just kidding. Little joke there, but it is that way though. But anyways, thanks for watching, and hope this makes it easier to beat Night 6. Like I said, I got this idea from another video I looked up with Night 5 and 6 gameplay, so I'll leave a link to that in the description if you want to see the entire thing. Alright, so thanks a lot, and if you guys are bored, watch my gameplay streams where I played this game. It was a pretty good time. So everybody, have a good day.